So usually you play this. I'll use numbers so that you can transpose to other keys. Okay. Got a bit of a cold, so my singing is not that great. So usually you just play, you start on the song on the 1. So as the deer to the 7, panted for to your 6, the water 5, my soul 4, 5, irregular triads. These are all regular triads, okay, with inversions. So there's a 5 over the 7. My heart 6 my desire, and my lungs to the 4, back to the 5. Worship you. And then you go to the other part of the song. That's a 6. Alone, my strength to the 4, my shield to the 1, back to the 4. You alone, amen to the 2. Spirit, you to the 3. If you play 3 as a major chord here, okay, 3 is your D major, back to 1. Yes, to the 7. It's a 5 over a 7 bass. And to 4 to 6. To the 4 to worship you. All right. There's a regular way, but you can throw in a few things in there. For example, if I go to my 7, I play something a bit different. So my 1 regular 1 triad, there's the second inversion. Okay, so 1, there's a B flat. As the 7, I play this, right? So the way to remember this chord is to think of it as this, wherever your 7 bass is. On your right hand, just go a whole step down. So if this is my 7, I go a whole step down, this one, and then I play a chord which is based on 4th intervals. So that's my G. A 4th away from G is C, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? That's a C. A 4th away from C is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So that's how I would play the 7. And then I would add this semitone away from the middle note. So I play it like this. So from your 1, you drop it down to the 7, okay? Okay, so that's the way I will play the 7 chord. Okay, so okay, so it's like that, and then 7 leads to your 3. So instead of just going 7 to the 6, I do a passing chord to the 3, and the 3 that I play is a 3 which has a sharp 5 and a sharp 9 in it. So before you go to the 6, okay. Now this 3 is a 3 major chord, but it has a sharp 5 and a sharp 9. What that simply means is that if you go to your 5th tone in that chord, so D major chord, okay, 5. This is 1, 3, 5. This is a sharp 5. Sharp means to go higher by a half step or a semitone, okay. And this is my 9. The 9 is the E because it's 1, 3, 5. This is a flat 7, and that's your 9, okay? If you learn from some other videos how to build extended chords, or to form triads. Triads are based on, or should I say the chords are, diatonic chords are based on tertian chords, so like they're based on 3rd intervals, okay? So they're usually called tertian chords, so based on 3rd interval, so either a major 3rd or a minor 3rd, okay? So a major 3rd from here, minor 3rd, a major 3rd, okay? So we're sharpening the 9th, so the sharp 9 will be F, from E to F. Sharp 5 is from A to B flat, so That's how you play your 3. And of course the flat 7 is in there because this is your D, this is your 1, that's your 7, that's your flat 7. So that's how you get that chord. And there's a little run that you do before you hit your 6. Okay. Da, 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 da. All right. So if you're talking in terms of the key of B flat, you have your so, fa, mi, re, mi. In so fa notation, you have so, fa, mi, re, mi. You know, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So, fa, mi, re, mi. Or in terms of numbers, is 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Okay. So you just meet that with a 6. You play your 6 like that. Another way to play the 3, to make it easier to see it like a picture, is what I do is that I can, because it's a D major, I play or in as a major third interval. So from D to F sharp is a major third, and another major third from F sharp. Okay, so that's your A sharp or your B flat. Okay, or if you want to call this a G flat. So D to G flat to B flat. Okay, and the major third from B flat is a D. So all major third, major third, major third. And then you end it with a minor third. So from D to F is a minor third. So that's how I would play my, you know, that chord for the 3. Instead of the this one, you drop it down to the 3. Okay, so that is how I will play the sharp 5, sharp 9 chord if I want to make it easier instead of that. Because this is the right way. Okay. But you can just leave the 7th out if you want, and then just play the 3. That way you can see, look at this as a picture and play it in all 12 keys. All 12 keys. What I'm trying to say is that if you think of it as major third intervals, major third, a major third, and a minor third. If you go to another key, for example, we're in the key of B flat. So if I go to, for example, C, in the key of C. Where's my 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm thinking of major third. So a major third from this 3 is that. A major third from A flat is C. A major third from C is E again. And then you end it with a minor third, which is a G. So that's how you would play that. To go to your 6, okay? So in any key, just think of it as major third intervals, okay? 3 to the 6, okay? That's in the key of C. So 3 to the 6. In the key of G, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3. So we're thinking of major third. So that is a B. So a major third from B is your E flat. A major third from E flat is a G. A major third from G is a B again, and then a minor third from B is your D. So that's how you play that 3 in the key of G. Okay, so 3 to your 6. Okay, so that way it's like a picture in your mind. You can remember it, you know, in all 12 keys. Good. So we're back to our original key, B flat. I start the 7, 3, 6. Now the way I play the 6 is that I play the 6 as a ninth, you see. So it's a minor ninth chord. So it's a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I don't have a lot of time to go through that, but you know that's the way it is. It's in third. So 1, 3, you know, 7. Sorry, 1, 3, 5, 7, and your 9. Okay, it's a flat 7. Okay, it's a flat 7. And your 9. Okay, but another way to look at this is to break it down into 2. I can break this down as a 1 chord, a 1 major 7. Okay, this is my 1, E flat, B flat, sorry. So B flat major 7 over my 6, over my G chord. So that makes it easier. That's how I play the 6. Okay. So I just leave the root out. But I use this inversion. I use the second inversion. Okay, so this is so this is the root. That's the first inversion. First inversion, second inversion. Okay, and the third inversion is this one. So root, second inversion, sorry, first inversion, second inversion, and then third inversion. Okay, so we're using the second inversion of that chord, 6. So 7, 3, 6. Okay, what I do is I can just I play the 5 there, so the 6, the fifth of the 6th tone. Okay, just play that there if I want to. You can just leave that out. Okay, and then you go to a 2. Okay, now the 2 is a major chord in this instance. Usually the 2 is a minor chord, so the 2 is a C, isn't it? So C minor is the usual one, but you're playing this as a major chord now. Okay, but it's easier if you just move from the 6 to the 2. All I do is to just drop it from this F to the E. Okay, now that whole chord, if I should spell that out for you, it's actually a C13 chord. Okay, so this is your C, your E, but you just leave the kind of like leave the 5th out. So you play the 13th, which is also the 6th. That's your 7th, and that's your 9. Okay, so you don't add the 11. So it's just a C13 chord. Okay, all right. Or you can say C7 add 6 or whatever, but it's a C13 chord because the 7 is there and the 9th is there, so this is the 13th. Okay, so since you're already playing 3 of the notes already from the 6th chord, all you need to do is to drop the F to the E. Okay, to get that. So if you're in this position in your 6, it's easy to play at 2 by just moving your thumb to the E. Very easy movement. So you need to learn your inversions because it's very helpful to move quickly. See that? All I did was to just move this to that. So 7, 3, 6 to the 2. Another thing you could do on the 2 is to just walk up. Okay, walk up, go a whole step down from your destination and walk up to that. So E is my destination. Okay, playing the E with my thumbs is my destination, but I want to go from D to E flat before I hit the E. So that's my 2. So 6, 2. So I play these 2 notes before I land on my 2. So as a deer panted for. Okay, and then from the 2 you go to your 5 because 2 leads to the 5. When you think of the circular 4th, 2 leads to the 5. Now the 5 is a minor chord in this case because the 5 is usually a dominant 7th or a major chord. Okay, so this is how I'll play it. So this is your 5, right? But I play as a minor chord. Okay, but you add the 7th to it. Okay, so I'll spell that out. That's a F, A flat, C, and E flat. But what you can do to voice it is that you can, since you're already playing the root here, the bass, the F, you can leave out this F. So therefore the chord is like you're just playing an A major chord, sorry, A flat major chord over your 5, over your F. Okay, so to play the 5 as a minor 7th chord, you could, the way you can think about it is that you play on the 3rd tone of that chord, you play that as a major chord. The 3rd tone of that chord of the F minor, which is A flat note, you play that as a major chord over your 5. So If from the 6, if you don't want to go to the 2, it's fine. You can just take a rest because you don't need to move all the time. You can let the song breathe because it's a worship song. So you don't want to go crazy on the cycle of fourths. And then this is your 5, okay? That's your 5. And then from the 5 it goes to the 1. Right, now just like we did for the 6 to the 2, all I did was to move one note from the F to the, sorry, from the 4th tone to the 3rd tone, okay? Just drop that. So that is on the 1. So 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. 1 is the B flat. So in natural terms, this is just the 9th of the B flat that you're playing. So it's just a B flat dominant 9th chord without the 5th. Okay, without the 5th. You know. So this is a B flat, a regular B flat. This is a B flat with your flat 7. There's a B flat with your 9. Okay. And then your 3. So you just play it without the 5th. So that's how you play that. So from the 5, and you drop it to that. If it's difficult for you to play, you can play the same chord of the 5. You can play that for the 1 as well. If you don't want to move, it will still sound great. So it's all about sounding good as well. So as a 7, 3, 6, breathe. So 5, 1. So I didn't move here, so to make it easier for you. But if you can move, just drop down 1. So 7, 3, 6, breathe. Then 5, 1 to the 4. So the 4 is a regular E flat. Now what you do is you suspend that, so it's like a 5 over the 4. Okay, so you play your F over your 4 bass. So your 5 in your right hand and then your 4 bass. So you keep the 4 bass twice. So 6 to the 5, 1 to the 4. So keep the 4 on the right, sorry, on the left, and change the right to the 5. Alright, so now this is a different kind of 3. So just to make it easier, just think of it as if you're playing a 3 bass over your 5 minor. It's actually a 3 diminished chord. It's a diminished 7th or half diminished, I think. But yeah, it's a half diminished. So it's a diminished or diminished 7th. So this is a regular diminished, you know. Usually you add that, but it's a half diminished, okay? So it's like you're playing the 3 over your 5, which is a 5 minor chord instead of a major chord. Play the 5 as a minor chord and play it over your 3. And you do a walk up. Ba, 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 okay? Right, so that way you can play it in all 12 keys. If you wanted to play the same 3 in another key, let's say C. Okay, so there's my 3. Where's my 5? So 3 is my E, my 5 is my G. So I play the G as a minor chord, my 5. Okay, so give you that same thing. And you can walk up as well. You know, 5, 6, sharp 6, or flat 7. Okay, that makes it easy to play in all keys. If I wanted to play it in the key of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my 3 and my 5. So I play that. So I play the 5 as a minor chord instead of a major chord. I hope that's clear. I hope you can play that in all 12 keys. So that's a 7, 3, or you can play this 3, 4, 5, 1, 4. Keep the 4 on the bass. So yeah, and then move the. So 3, go back to your 6, because 3 leads to the 6. And that 2 that the 2 that I taught you, and then back to your 5. Because so it's a circle of fourths, really, or circle of fifths, whichever way you see it. So it's just your, you know, 1, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, okay, and then back to the 5. The 1, so it's just a circle of fourths. So 7, 3, 6. You can rest. 5, 1, 4. Stay on the 4, but move your right hand to the 5. 3 goes to the 6. 6 goes to the 2. 2 goes back to the 5. Now this 5 is a dominant 11th chord, okay? The way to play it is just to play your 5 bass, which is F, over your 4 chord. 4 is E flat, so it's like a 5 over a 4. But in actual terms, in the theory terms, if you look at it, you have your, this is your 5 chord, so 1, 3, 5. There's a the dominant, which is a flat 7. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. This is 11, okay? So it's like a parley chord. So there are 2 chords in one. So it's like you're playing a 5 and then a 4, you know, because that's a F over E flat, you know. But to keep it simple and not to keep it too muddy, you just play the 5 bass. You leave out all of this. Just play the 5 bass and play it over a 4. So anytime you want to play a dominant